Media has been notified, agenda's been posted. Clerk, please take the roll call.
David Holt. Stephen Jopek.
Here.
Eileen Daniel.
Here.
Carrie Michalowski.
Here.
Gerald Anderson. Yeah. Thomas Barnett.
Here.
Tom Kelly.
Here.
Leanne Felton.
Here.
Chris Hannes.
Here. We do have quorum. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to number 4, which is public comment. I have Catherine Hagan.
So I have a question about Olson Lane and who's going to do the cleanup on it after the spring. I'm not sure who all was contracted last year to do the work on it. I just sent Chris a bunch of pictures that I went out and took. When I bought that land in 2017, I could not see a trailer. Now I can see 5 trailers. Brush piles across my house. Limbs that were just broken off by excavators hanging there. By Richard's house, from what Home Depot pushed across the lot, tons of garbage. Whose responsibility is that to be taken care of?
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Any alders have any public comment? Okay, not seeing. Moving on to number 5, which is mayor's comments. So Olson Lane special assessment discussion. We're looking to hold that our next council meeting, which would be May 8. Austin, I believe you're prepared to notify all the residents tomorrow to start that process? Correct. So that would be coming up. Moving on to number 6, administration report. Patrick?
Nothing outside of the written report, Mayor.
Okay. Moving on to 7, which is ordinances. We have none at this time. Moving on to 8, unfinished business from previous meetings. We have none at this time. Moving on to number 9, which is presentations. Update on the Oneida Street project. Randy, our Public Works Director, would do this.
The department would like to, because we have so much construction going on this year, give the council an update on the status of the project, any potential problems or any problems that might have happened. So going to slide 1. This is the alternate route that we've initiated. Everything went to plan this morning. All traffic going westbound on Lincoln is going to be going then, taking a left on Shepherd, making its way on the south side roads, and reestablishing itself back onto Courtney. And the next slide, please. So this is the work that's been performed today. Everything was delayed a week because of the weather we had. I am not altering the schedule yet. Mark Barden and I with Town and Country are discussing if the schedule needs to be altered, but right now we still see a chance to finish on the predicted time that we set out for ourselves. The hash marks is everywhere where we have ripped up the pavement as of right now. The orange lines are where we have barricades. The only problem we had today was the excessive amount of traffic that was cutting through Holiday's station. The project reached out to Holiday and they requested that we shut off their access and exit on Oneida Drive. So we have performed that, and hopefully that's going to alleviate, well, it is going to alleviate the problem, and cars will eventually get accustomed to following the alternate route. And then I just took some random pictures today. We'll go next. This was removing the pavement, looking north on Oneida. Next. And this is on Courtney going east. You can see what our barricades look like. And that is on Oneida facing south. Next. And that is on, well, it's in the intersection facing Lincoln in the east. So tomorrow will be the bigger day where we start our actual excavation, probably the deepest part of the entire project. We'll start tackling tomorrow. You can see the barricades that Holiday requested us to put up. And unless you have any questions, that's all I wanted to report.
I do have one, a couple of residents come forward requesting with this whole project of trash pickup. So since, well, there's probably, what, 3 to 5 homes already affected, do they still just put their trash at the curb, or is this something they need to put in a specific spot, or?
All right, I just got hit with that issue about 15 minutes ago, so please give me a little time to figure this out. We'll more than likely, the project will move their receptacles over to Grant Street, is what I'm thinking right now off the top of my head. It was a bit of an oversight on my part, to be honest. Of everything we consider for these projects, I did not think about trash pickup, so.
True.
It's gonna be an easy problem to solve, so.
Good, thank you. Any other alders have any questions? Okay, thank you. Moving on to 10A, discuss and/or approve common council meeting minutes from April 10th.
Daniel, make a motion to approve common council meeting minutes from April 10th as presented in the packet.
Joe Pike, second.
Any discussion? Not seeing any. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Minutes are approved. Moving on to 10B, your discretion if you want to take this as a whole or in part. These are reappointments of people who showed interest on serving on these committees and commissions.
Barnett, I make a motion to approve the mayor's appointments as a whole for the Board of Review, the Rhinelander Public Arts Commission, Rhinelander Police and Fire Commission, the Ethics Committee, and the Rhinelander Tourism and Marketing Committee. Joe Pike, second.
Any discussion? Ms. Daniel?
There is one missing off of here, and that is the library board. And I know it was on last meeting's agenda, but it was never brought to council to approve. It was simply a statement of fact that you put in your mayor's comments last time.
True. Mrs. Sorensen, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it a mayor for an alder position with the library?
I'm gonna look it up.
So,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
The reason I bring it up is because there might have been other alders who were interested in that position and didn't even get the chance to know that it was up for reappointment.
Okay, I was under the impression it was just, but Steve could double check.
Thank you.
Any other statements, questions? Okay, with that, I suppose we could do a voice. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstain? Appointments approved. Moving on to 10C, discuss and/or approve resolution 2023-12, approving the waiving of fee for 2024 Light Up the Night recovery. Refer to our deputy police chief assistant police chief, sorry, for what we're looking to do here.
Can I add on to that?
Sure.
Title? Also the 2022 Sexiest Men's Legs in a Kilt Contest winner.
That is correct,
I did not know this.
and it's now on the record. I'll go with captain tonight. Yeah, I'm just here to present. We're doing the Light Up the Night for Recovery. This will be the 4th annual event down at Hodag Park, held on a Thursday afternoon into the evening, and it's bringing all organizations, anyone to do with AODA, into one area for the public to attend. It also gives the presenters a chance to meet the other booths themselves.
Okay. Any,
Danielle, I'll make a motion to approve the waiving of fees for the 2024 Light Up the Night for Recovery event on September 14th, 2023.
Mikulowski, second.
Why does it say 2024 Light Up the Night for Recovery event?
My bad.
it's a
Okay.
typo. Okay. Any discussion? Not seeing.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Anderson.
approximately how much money are we talking about?
Looking at it briefly, it looks like, what, $250?
It'd be the shelter reservation fee.
Thank you.
Okay, not seeing any other discussion. All those in, well, since it's a dollar amount, I suppose, clerk, please take the roll call.
Thomas Barnett.
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Kieran Mikulowski.
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Gerald Anderson. Gerald.
Bueller.
All right, I'll move on. David Holt. Eileen Daniel.
Aye.
Stephen Jopek.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion.
Aye. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
thank you, Mr. Anderson. Motion passes. Moving on to 10D, discuss and approve Resolution 2023-13, approving M3 Insurance as a broker for city's healthcare. I refer to Rachel.
Aye.
That was easy. So I am looking to request us to move to M3 as our insurance benefit broker. We did request qualifications last year from 3 different brokers. Well, I would say Cottingham and Butler and 2 other brokers. The reason I'm looking at M3, or I am requesting us to look at M3, is responsiveness in their availability, as well as their public sector focus. They have other municipalities, Merrill, Marshfield, Stevens Point, Grand Rapids as well. They're located respectively a little bit closer than the others. And then I would like to be able to work with their team. They have from compliance to underwriting, employee communication tools, et cetera. And I've gone around and had conversations with the employees so that they're all in the loop, and most folks are absolutely on board. I would say everybody's on board. They would like to see better insurance options and that sort of thing, but from a broker perspective, they're in agreement.
I have a couple questions. Is there any change in cost to the employees at all?
No, none at all. We actually don't pay them. They receive money from putting the policy together with the provider, so there's no change in cost.
What about coverage?
No, same coverage, no change in coverage either.
Ms. Daniel?
And this would be starting 2024?
No, it would be starting sooner than that. So as soon as I could get it started, so that we have an opportunity for them to vet where we're at currently. They have built a relationship already with our current provider. They work with Tim Otteson out of Aspirus as well, but give them a chance to look at where we're at now so that we can better prepare for enrollment next year.
Okay.
Mr. Jopek?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Mr. Anderson.
well, I wonder 2 things. Is there any problem in getting out of the contract with the previous one? And also, is there an expectation that this broker will provide in some way a better number of options for us in the future?
So from if you're done, so from the perspective of getting out of contract, there's no contract with the broker. So that would be a seamless change. It would simply be notifying the current broker and then having the other broker take over from where they left off. And as far as better options and that sort of thing, it really would be looking at better service options, better opportunity, being able to benchmark with other municipalities and that sort of thing. I can't guarantee what our health insurance is going to look like next year, but I want a broker that is going to be responsive and there for us and actually working for the city.
Daniel, make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-14, -13, approving M3 Insurance as the broker for city employee health insurance.
Barnett, second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Moving on to 10E, discuss and/or approve Resolution 2023-14, approving the emergency purchase of 2 pumps for Rose Street Lift Station. I refer to Randy, our Public Works Director. So what broke?
Well, with the extremely warm weather we had a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, this created a very unusual situation in Rhinelander where we had rapid melt, and this saturated the ground, and then this ended up creating a lot of influent. It was groundwater working its way into our sanitary sewer system. This excessive volume of water has created a situation where a number of our lift stations are running nonstop. In one particular instance, on Rose Street, where we have a lift station, one pump burned out and the other was about to. Our primary operator, Kurt Johnson, myself, and one of our technicians spent the whole day there trying to get another pump to put in there. Problem was our backup pump was older than me, just old, and this did not perform properly. Fortunately, Kurt was able to get the original one working again. This is considered then an emergency purchase. I already made the order. If you were to reject this, I'll probably pay for these out of my own pocket because it's that necessary. We do have a fund that we set aside for such situations. It's an equipment fund that the DNR requires we keep. But I am proposing that we replace these 2 pumps there, and very shortly I'll be approaching you about replacing the alternate pump as well, the backup.
So it looks like the total amount is $18,270, let's say $5, just to round up a little bit. Regarding that fund balance that you're dipping in, how does that work for repaying or refilling that fund?
Well, as I understand it, I'm just going to code the invoice as from one of my accounts, and then it'll be up to the treasurer to pull the money from that fund.
True. But I'm talking about bringing the money back. So is that something we have to budget for next year, or is that?
So with the DNR equipment fund reserve that we're required to keep because of the covenants of our debt service, every year we transfer money from our general operating account of like $160,000 into this separate bank account, and then it's listed on the financials as a separate line item. We can use it for things such as the pump replacement, and then when we submit our CMAR report annually, then I can tell them what it was that we replaced, used the funds for, and then we can build it back up with this annual transfer of $160,000.
So is it 160 plus the 18,000 then
No.
for next? Oh, so it's, okay.
Yeah, that is my understanding of it.
Okay. Miss Daniels?
I was just wondering, have you checked with the vendor of these pumps? Are they available? I mean, is this something we're going to be able to get in a reasonable amount of time?
They are available. We were able to also secure from another lift station that's not as busy a backup, just in case. If something goes south tonight, we'll have a backup. But they are available. One reason they're available is because they're new. So, yes.
Mr. Jopek?
What kind of stress does a pump not, like a lift station not working, put on the rest of the water system?
Well, in this particular, it puts stress on that particular circuit, and this circuit is down there by Hodag Park. The stress you will see that will become evident is that water will surcharge up and out of the lift station and start making its way to the lowest point, which is Boom Lake. So,
And just to be clear, lift station is waste, not water supply.
sanitary sewer, yes, I'm
Correct.
sorry. That's,
So, Mr. Barnett?
Make a motion to approve resolution 2023-14, approving the emergency purchase of 2 pumps for the Rose Street lift station.
Felton, second.
Any other discussion? Mr. Jopek?
I was just gonna raise a kudos to Kurt for doing that.
Well deserved.
Yeah, just like those are the things that people don't get recognized for. And like we could be in a world of poop, literally.
Yes, sir.
At least Boom Lake would be. So I'm appreciative of him having the technical know-how and you guys working that out. And so hopefully we have some way of recognizing that.
Thank you. So since it's a dollar amount, clerk, please take the roll call.
Karen Mikulowski.
Aye.
David Holt. Eileen Daniel.
Aye.
Stephen Jopek.
Aye.
Gerald Anderson. Thomas Barnett.
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Moving on to 10F, discuss and/or approve resolution 2023-15, approving upgrades to Eagle Street Lift Station. Refer to Public Works Director, Mr. Randy.
So, council had back in 2021 approved for remediation of the Kemp West lift station. This had started with the manufacture of the control panels back at the shop for the vendor who was building them for us. From that time till about 2 months ago, something changed where we had a developer, prospective developer, that was thinking of, he purchased 2 lots over there by Kemp West, and we realized we needed to upgrade the entire lift station or rebuild it. So what we did, because we did not want to throw away the investment we had already put into this lift station, is we took this control panel and requested that the vendor now move this over to Eagle Street Lift Station. And they had to make some modifications, and there's going to be some additional cost, but we will not be throwing away the investment we already made in the control panels and the rails and some other accessory items. So basically, it's still the same project that you approved. We are just moving it over to a different lift station, as we are now going to be rebuilding building a brand new lift station at Kemp West, which, if you don't know, that's across from the county yard there. So
Looks like it's additional of $33,000 in cost. Where do you plan on getting that funding?
Well, from my budget, as far as planning on it, I would like to, again, I was going to talk with the treasurer, see if we could consider this a capital asset.
True. Where else could these pumps or control panel be possibly used, or is it only an Eagle Street kind of option?
Eagle Street, one reason we're going there for when it needs it, but it's also the same diameter as the Kemp West, and that's why it will be a quick fit. There.
And then where is the Eagle Street lift station located, and who does it service?
Yeah, Lord, Mayor. It is located on the bridge over to the north side of town, just on the other side of the bridge. For that, I believe that circuit is for the residents to the north of, I forget the name of the bridge, I'm sorry. But
So it's the bridge on County W over by Edgewater. It's actually below ground, so it's something most people don't even know exists until it overflows. But I believe it services up to the country club, from that station. So it's pumping the sewage across the bridge into Gravity Feld back into our system. So, any other questions?
Barnett, I will make a motion to approve resolution 2023-15, approving upgrades to the Eagle Street Lift Station.
Daniel, second.
Any discussion? Not seeing. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Gerald Anderson. Stephen Jopek.
Aye.
Eileen Daniel.
Aye.
Karen Mikulowski.
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Thomas Barnett.
Aye.
David Holt. Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Okay, resolution approved. Moving on to 10G, discuss and/or approve resolution 2023-16, approving and accepting of quotes from RCAD Design HVAC for server room and fire station. I first refer to Patrick to talk about the server room side, and then Brian for the fire side.
Sure. So as the server has been moved, I believe it's now at the police department. It's in a room. It's not very well ventilated, and so it needs refrigeration, needs some coolant in there. heat and electronics do not go well together. It's going to, without proper ventilation, it will cut the lifespan of this server. And so it needs to be refrigerated, cooled, AC. So that's what's necessary there. Tara worked with a number of vendors, got quotes, and ARCAD was the best quote that we got based on a variety of factors. So I don't know if Brian, if you want to hit the other part or if you want me to do it. No, go ahead. And so go ahead, Brian. He said to me and then got up.
Good evening. So what we need to repair is the air conditioning unit that serves our bunk rooms in our station. The condenser went out of it, or compressor went out of it. This is the third time we're replacing this compressor in this unit. So hopefully it's been lasting us probably about 2 to 3 years. And budgetarily, we think it's best just to replace that compressor one more time and figure out if we have a larger issue at play here. So the other one is the air handler unit that runs fresh air into our stall area and just circulates the air. So that's another repair for us. And these are outside of our budgets.
Mr. Jopek?
As far as the work that's getting ready to be done, is there a possibility for ARCAD to at least be able to figure out if there's a deeper underlying problem that we can budget for in the future?
We know there's a deeper underlying problem. It's mostly undersized and inefficient system, and it's a very large project that we are currently working on with condition reporting, and I will bring that all to you soon, at a later date.
Mr. Barnett?
The overheating server room, could be considered a fire hazard, couldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good any way to slice
good
it.
to have a fire hazard in a fire station.
So we had, because Tara and Brian needed these things in tandem, that's why we had them go out and get quotes together. So trying to get the best cost.
And part of it is the server room never has its own HVAC system, so it's connected to a bigger unit. And a server room produces a lot of heat, so that is heating up quicker than the thermostat, wherever it's located, is calling for AC. So it's not working properly based on design change.
All right, well, Barnett, I make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-16, approving and accepting the quote Refrigeration Control and Design, Inc. HVAC units for the server room and fire station.
Daniel second.
Any other discussion? Okay, since it's a dollar amount, clerk, please take the roll call.
Eileen Daniel,
Aye.
David Holt, Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett,
Aye.
Gerald Anderson,
Aye.
Leanne
Aye.
Fulton,
Aye.
Kira McLowski.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Moving on to 10H. So this would be a budget amendment. I refer to Wendy, City Treasurer.
There was one thing that I wanted to point out on here as a correction that needed to be made on line number 4, the increased room tax increase. I'd like to delete the word increase 6,500 because that dollar amount is not correct, but the numbers below it are correct. It's an $8,000 increase. These were items that were brought to council previously and discussed and approved. The item number 1 is we have a little bit of fund balance left in the DARE fund that the police chief would like to spend down on expenditures that are directly related with the DARE program. So this will just allow him to do that without me bringing budget amendment upon budget amendment to you. And then number 2 is the ambulance fund received some ARPA funds directly. And this is just allowing for the increase of the revenue and the increase of the expenditures directly related to that funding.
Daniel, I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-17, approving budget amendments as submitted by the City Finance Director / Treasurer.
Jopek second.
Any discussion or questions? Not seeing. Clerk, please take the roll call.
David Holt, Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel,
Aye.
Kira McLowski,
Aye.
Gerald Anderson,
Yeah, it looked like an aye.
Thomas Barnett. Aye. Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Okay, resolution passes. Moving on to 10I, discuss and/or approve resolution 2020. Well, we could confirm it was an aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Discuss and/or approve resolution 2023-18, ordinance to create, resolution to create an ordinance for mayor appointments. This is directed by council. I will refer to Steve Sorensen.
Yeah, this is the resolution that at the last council meeting, you asked me to put together a resolution to amend the current ordinance with regard to the appointment process. And because there was no ordinance that talked about what happens if the mayor doesn't make an appointment within a given period of time. So I'm recommending that if this would fulfill the need that you established, what it does is it basically provides a mechanism if there's a position that goes unfilled, that the council would automatically have the right to appoint by a plurality of the council members a qualified person to fill that position. I also added a section that if the council rejected a mayoral appointment and the mayor didn't appoint someone within a reasonable period of time to that position, you also would have the right to do that. And then I made it very clear that anybody that was appointed under this code section would have the same rights, duties, and responsibilities as if they've been appointed by the mayor and approved by the council. So I think I tried to cover all the areas that you were concerned with. It certainly gives you, as a council, the ability to make a appointment if appointment's not being filled for some reason or other.
Barnett, I make a motion to approve resolution 2023-18, resolution to create ordinance on mayoral appointments.
Daniel, second.
Any discuss, Mr. Jopek?
Just confirming, it says resolution number 2032 on the agenda. That's not just a typo, but I'm just making sure that doesn't affect anything on at the very top of the actual resolution. It says 2032-18. I just want to make sure that's.
I believe that's not.
I didn't type that number at the top.
That is a typo, sorry.
Okay. I figured, I just want to make sure. Okay.
No, mine said 2023 blank.
And that'll be adjusted to, okay.
It's a Scrivener's error. We can certainly,
Okay.
for the record,
All right.
indicate that this resolution is 2023-18, and it will create a new provision in the ordinances, which will be Chapter 2.02.07.
Any other discussion? Not seeing, would entertain, we have a motion and a second. Clerk, please take the roll call.
Thomas Barnett.
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Carrie Michalowski.
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Gerald Anderson.
Aye.
David Holt. Eileen Daniel.
Aye.
Stephen Jopek.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Moving on to 11, would entertain if anyone wants to take us into closed session.
Well, I want to answer the question,
Yep.
if you don't mind.
Sure.
I was waiting till I had an open mic. What I did is I looked up the ordinance, and it's kind of interesting. The only reference to the Rhinelander District Library Board of Trustees is in section 1.02.04, where it lists all the boards and commissions, and it says the city shall have the following boards and commissions, and G under that list is the Rhinelander District Library Board of Trustees. Then it goes down to the subsection 2 of that, which says how appointed and removed. It says, and unless otherwise provided, all citizen members of boards and commissions shall be appointed by the mayor, subject to confirmation of the council, for terms to begin on May 1st in the year of appointment. A citizen may be removed by a 2/3 majority vote of the entire council upon the recommendation of the mayor or majority of the members of the board or commission upon which the citizen sits. Now, that answers the question. If it was a citizen appointment, there's nothing in the council, there's nothing in your code or ordinance that talks about a council member being appointed to the library, that's a terrible word for me, a district library board of trustees. And interestingly enough, I went to the library website to try to see what their rules and regulations were, since we don't have any in the city code, and there's nothing online that tells me who those people, I mean, the names of the people are there. So I would have to, as a good lawyer, suggest that we need to put this off till next month when I have more information. But everything that's available to me tonight suggests that if it had been a citizen member, yes, it'd have to come to the board for approval. If it's a council member, there's nothing being said. One can presume it should be the same, but it's nothing being said. But before I do that, I would like to see if there isn't some kind of rules and regulations. I'm sure there is, that the library board operates under. If there isn't, I think it's time that we get one and we put it into our ordinances so that somebody researching this doesn't come up with the same conclusion that I did, which is there's nothing there. So I would, that's my best I can give you, is please let me wait till next month and I'll come back to you.
So not knowing that information, where does that put us if the library were to meet? Is technically Tom Kelly a voting member at this point?
Oh,
or
yeah.
no?
Let me go to another statute that exists in Wisconsin statutes. It says if any board or commission the appointment lasts until another person is appointed to that position. So until another person is appointed, you stay in that office until somebody, even if your term runs out theoretically, you still stay in that position until a new person is appointed. That's under Wisconsin law.
Okay. Mr. Barnett?
So are you suggesting that if there is nothing to be found, that to do another resolution to an ordinance, having it say that we should appoint a council member to the board?
Well, yeah, I think we have to do, Tom, first of all, is look, what does I'm sure there's bylaws for the library. I just can't get it on the internet.
Sure.
So once we look at those bylaws, then we need to take those bylaws and integrate them into the city ordinances, and then I can address what you're suggesting.
Okay, thank you.
So just to try to keep things moving forward until next meeting, while you do that research, if any other aldermen are interested in that position, please let me know and we could keep it moving on both fronts. So, Mr. Kelly?
Does that affect my appointment that expires in 2024?
No, this is what we're trying to say, is that you stay in position. We got to find the rules and regulations from their bylaws, and then we'll bring a report back. But until we find those bylaws, we don't know anything other than you're doing a good job, so keep going.
Yeah. The library has a representative from the 4 townships and then the city.
I can tell that by looking at the directory of the members, but we need to see what the rule is in the bylaws of the, because there's no question that the Rhinelander District Library Board of Trustees is under the auspices of the city of Rhinelander. Now, how we bring in the towns, I don't know, but that's why I want to see the bylaws, because that'll tell me how.
Yeah, I think when I was appointed, I was appointed 15 years ago. We've always had a representative from the city, and we've always had a representative from the council. There's been all the persons before I came on have served on that board.
Yeah, and we'll have that answer, I'm sure, as soon as we see the bylaws. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have nothing further.
Joe Peck, motion to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 19.85, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. A, discuss proposed addendum to the collective bargaining agreement with IAFF Local 1028.
Daniel, second.
I think we found our new closed session reader.
Not seeing any discussion, clerk, please take the roll call.
Karen McLowski.
Aye.
David Holt. Eileen Daniel.
Aye.
Stephen Jopek.
Aye.
Gerald Anderson. Thomas Barnett.
Aye.
Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Tom Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you. It is 6:39 and we're going into closed session.
Just to you.
It is 6:58. We have come back to open session. Is there any actions we would like to take?
Daniel, make a motion to approve the addendum presented to council, to the CBA for the fire department, stating the terms of the position of fire inspector / commercial building inspector.
Joe Peck, second.
You probably want to just kind of have a slight presentation, Alderman Daniel, what this is all about, if you can.
Sure. We had moved the position of fire inspection and commercial building inspection out of the fire department to an individual who is no longer with the city, and so we've been subcontracting with an outside company to do those inspections. This just brings it back under the auspices of the fire department. This person will be reporting to the assistant chief and is budgeted for.
It also is what in the military we call a force multiplier, which allows for the inspector to be a trained firefighter, EMT, as well as open up a position for an additional entry-level firefighter position into the city of Rhinelander, which gives us more accessibility.
Okay, with that, clerk, please take the roll call.
Gerald Anderson, Stephen Jopek,
Aye.
Eileen Daniel,
Aye.
Karen Mikulowski,
Aye.
Tom Kelly,
Aye.
Thomas Barnett,
Aye.
David Holt, Leanne Felton.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to 13, future agenda items. Is there anything anyone would like to request? Not seeing. It is 7 o'clock on the head and meeting adjourned.